Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back over on the YouTube account and we're going to be looking at the Ghoulish gallery because we do have new collections that are going to be coming. Now, if you're unfamiliar on getting the arcane staffs, there were a lot of questions on how do we get these arcane staffs. Now, they're giving us 10 of them every single week. In addition, you can buy them out of the store. This is the only other place, short of very limited events, can you get the arcane staffs. You don't get them in AFK rewards, don't get them out of really the Misty Valley. There are so many places that they could add in these arcane staffs that unfortunately they do not when it comes to the Ghoulish gallery. But let's hop over. I want to take a look at what is going on and what are we going to be seeing when it comes to these updated to the Ghoulish gallery. So this is going to be the new area. So this is going to be, if you remember, within the Ghoulish gallery, we do have the north side. So this is going to be the south zone. Right now, again, I believe it is the north zone that we do have. So there are 3 new collections that are going to be released. I don't know if there are only going to be 3 or if we're going to be 6 or if we're going to see even more. But the first one we look at is in the Infused Mind Core, which is Isolde. So this is going to be a collection built around Isolde. This is going to be for the warrior specification only. That means that your mages, your support, every other classification are not going to be able to use it. It is going to be warriors. So looking at the effect in here, when the holder finished casting their ultimate, they are infused with a massive dose of chemicals for a certain duration. They recover health, gain haste, and attack, which is going to be massive. This effect is removed if the holder suffers a healing prevention effect. Then we have skill level 1 and 2. Holder causes a Noxus explosion periodically dealing damage. So very similar to what we see with Isolde. And then level 2, the attribute boosting effect of chemical can be stacked more times. Level 2 in here is going to be imperative. If you can stack the ability of the haste and the attack rating, this is going to be pretty broken when it comes to that warrior class. Second one we look at is the tank. Now this is going to be Inoki, which if you're unfamiliar, the Blood Guard is a mauler since nobody ever used him, but this is what the tanking ability is. So the battle cry, after the holder enter battle, all allied heroes gain a shield that offset a certain amount of damage. Not too big of a game changer right there. After entering battle, the holder periodically uses battle cry, resounds an extra time. This effect can only be triggered so many times. Again, it's only a shielding aspect. Could be popular in PvP, but I feel like Cursed Realm, Nightmare Corridor, not going to see any gameplay in there. Level 2 skill, the holder commands the battlefield, granting all nearby allies damage resistance and tenacity. Again, this seems like it's going to be all about PvP. I feel like the damage resistance and the shielding, not going to be super important when it comes to the other classifications. And this, of course, is the tank classification. And then we have Ranger. Now, this is based on Thane the Exalted. Thane, of course, the Awakened version and the irregular version, used quite a bit and really based in the damage dealers. For every certain number of times, the holder lands a critical strike, which is going to be imperative. So anyone that can do critical strikes or boost critical strikes like Palmer, going to make a really big difference. A blade slash is triggered, dealing multiple extra strikes of damage. After triggering, this effect cannot be re-triggered for a certain amount of time. So this is going to amplify damage based on critical strikes. And again, right for me, guys, it really checks with Rangers. Thinking about a couple different Rangers out there, like the Awakened version of Thane, this could really just amplify the damage that we're seeing with them. Now, skill level 1, the holder's damage is increased if they have not received damage for a certain amount of time. And level 2, the holder gains attack rating when they land a critical strike. This effect can be stacked a certain number of times. So again, when we think of the Ranger classification and this level 2 skill ability, seems like it is going to be an absolute priority to have within here. Now, looking at our third part, the new South Zone event. When you select an ability in the Forge, there's a chance to increase its tier, but there's also a chance that no change will occur. So again, they're adding another RNG aspect for the Forge, which I don't like. I feel like we need less RNG in here. You can select one event from 2 triggered events with the Exchange Ritual, and then the Chaos Ritual. The quantity of each tier of abilities will not change, but the ability types will be reset randomly. So they're bringing more random in here, again, that I'm not too happy about. Skill level abilities that do not exceed the max carry capacity will be retained, and then Mythic plus tier abilities will be retained. We're going to have to see exactly what all 3 of these rituals do look like and how they do affect the current collections that we do have, as well as the 3 new collections that we did get. Now, the ability changes greatly reduce the chance of obtaining some abilities after victory, including healing, armor, life leech, crit damage resistance, and crit block rating. That is a good change. Out of all of those, there are not any collections that I'm aware of, unless you're looking at a super niche collection that uses those abilities specifically. They could even alienate them or get rid of them in the entirety. I don't think a lot of players would really care if they got rid of them, but that could be a game changer, because if they're reducing the chances of getting those are kind of the crappy collections that people get, again, with the RNG factor. Exploration rules in here. Exploration resources are universal. Items such as elixirs, totems, recasting elixirs can be used in both the north and the south zone, suitable for all collections. Unlock requirements for the quick explorer is, of course, clearing that floor 10 5 times. Added new south zone quest, which I love. This is going to give us access to a lot more staffs like it originally did. Complete them to obtain, again, arcane staffs. Purchase limit of special bundles has been reset. And then seasonal benefits. During the event, you can obtain limited recasting elixir after going through floor 10, 3, 6, and 9 times. And limited recasting elixir will expire after 30 days. I think that's a waste, guys. Why make the recasting elixir expire? And they need to give us more exploration or more recasting elixir in general, just from going through and running this arcane labyrinth, or excuse me, the Ghoulish gallery itself. During the event, arcane staff's item will be sent to all adventurers via mail to assist in exploring the new area. So there is a lot of updates in there when it does come to the Ghoulish gallery. And like I said earlier, one of the biggest things, guys, is having the ability to get the arcane staffs and getting them on a regular basis. Both the arcane staffs need to be really upped a lot to be able to get these totems. And I'm hoping, again, even though we're getting these new collections, that we're not going to get any of the updates to the totems. If they keep the bizarre totems the same, I would really like that versus the new collections. And also thinking, what is going to be replaced by the new collection? So again, thinking damage-wise, thinking this Ranger specification, guys, we have Envy, we have Scion, we have Iran, we have the Awakened version of Leica, we have, a lot of heroes in here that are the Ranger specification. That is going to amplify the damage they're putting out because of the critical strikes. And Envy specifically, that's the one I'm looking at. When it comes to putting out damage and putting out more damage based on the collections, this one might be a lot less prevalent. And I'm hoping, again, that we do not see the old collections, so the old tank collection, the old collections that we have here, that go completely obsolete in the entirety. If they release, again, the new collections based on Thane's collection, does it make Athalia's collection completely obsolete? I don't feel like it's going to, and I also don't know if they're just going to be releasing these 3 specific collections, or if we're going to see a lot more collections as they continue it. Because personally, guys, I would love to see just those 3 collections that are released and no more collections at all in its entirety. But all right, guys, so that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.